Hello Primary 2. Our lesson today is about rounding and estimation. We use rounding to make the numbers that closest to another number. Okay. First I have weak numbers and strong numbers. Weak numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Strong numbers like 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. To make round for the numbers, I have two steps. The first step is stop at ones. So I have a number, it consists of tens and ones. The first step, I should stop at ones and see if the number in ones, if it is weak number or strong number. Okay, we said that the weak numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Strong like 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. If the number in ones was weak number, so write the tens as it was. So I can't change the tens if the number in ones was weak number. But if it was strong, if the number in ones was a strong number like 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, so it will have a power to push the tens to the next number that comes after it. So in this problem, we will not write the tens as it was. No, we will move the tens to the next number that comes after it. This is all about the first step. So what about the second step? The second step, make the new ones 0. So the number that we write in ones, it also be 0. It always be 0. I can't put any number except 0 in ones. For example, if I have 72 and I want to round this number, okay, 72, to round the number, what is the first step? Stop at ones. So we will stop here. The number here in ones is 2. 2 is weak number, not a strong number. So the ones here hasn't a power to push the 7. So I will write it as it was. So my tens here is 7. And what about ones? We said that ones will be 0. I can't put any number here except 0. The ones always will be 0. Okay, if I have 86, what is the first step? Stop at ones and see if it was weak or strong. 6 here is a strong number, so it has a power to push 8. 6 has a power to push 8 to the next number that comes after 8. What's the number that comes after 8? It's 9. And what about ones? It will be 0. Okay, what about if I have 18? Stop at ones. The ones here is a strong number because the ones here is 8 and 8 is strong number. So it has a lots of power to push 1 to become 2. So 8 push 1 and 1 will be the number that comes after it. What is the number that comes after 1? It's 2. And what about ones? The ones will be 0. Okay. 34. Stop at ones. The ones here is 4. Okay, so I don't have power to push 3. So the tens will be 3. Write the tens as it was. And my ones is 0. 9. What about 9? 9 is the ones. And what is the number in front of 9? In front of 9 I have 0. But we know that 0 in left is nothing, so I take it. I can't write 0 here. But now I have here 9 in ones. Okay. Strong or weak? 9 is a strong number. So it has the power to push 0, and 0 will be the number that comes after it. Okay, after 0 is 1. And what about the ones? My new ones will be 0. 70. First step, stop at ones and see if it was weak or strong. 0 is weak number, so I don't have power to push 7. So I will write the tens as it was. And what about ones? Make your new ones 0. It's our second step. 45. We will stop at ones. So ones here is 5. It's a strong number, so I have power to push 4. So 4 will move to the number that comes after 4. It's 5. And the second step, make your new ones 0. 61. First step, stop at ones. The ones here is 1 and 1 is a weak number, so I don't have power to push 6. So I will write the tens as it was. And what about my new ones? My new ones will be 0. 56. First step, stop at ones. The ones here is 6. 6 is strong number, so I have power to push 5, and 5 will move to the number that comes after it. The number that comes after 5 is 6. Second step, make your new ones 0. 75. First step, stop at ones. The ones here is 5. Okay, 5 is a strong number, so it has power to push 7. 7 will move to the number that comes after it. It's 8. And the second step, make your new ones 0. 98. First step, stop at ones. The ones here is 8 is a strong number, so I have power to push 9. What is the number that comes after 9? It's 10. So I will write 10. What about my new ones? Here my new ones will be 0. Don't forget that we said my new ones will be always 0. I can't write any number except 0 in ones. Okay, 2. First step, stop at ones. The 2 is ones. Don't forget that the number that in front of 2 is 0. But we don't write it because 0 in left is nothing. Okay, 2. Weak or strong number? It's weak number. So I don't have power to push 0. So I will write nothing in tens. I can write 0, but 0 in left is nothing. Okay, write it. And what about ones? The new ones also will be 0. So we put 1, 0. Okay. So when we round 2, we get 0. Okay, when we round 64, first step to make rounding for this number is to stop at ones. The ones here is 4. 4 is a weak number, so I don't have power to push 6. So I will write it as it was. And what about my ones? The second step says that my new ones always will be 0. So when I round 64, I get 60. Okay. What about rounding 8 to the nearest tens? First step, stop at ones. My ones here is 8. Don't forget that the number in front of 8 is 0. 8 is a strong number. So the ones will push the tens, so 0 will move to the number that comes after 0. What is the number comes after 0? It's 1. And the second step, my new ones is 0. 37. To round 37, the first step, stop at ones. Okay, the ones here is 7, and 7 is a strong number. So I have a power to push 3. What is the number that comes after 3? 3 will move to 4 because 4 is a number that comes after it. Okay, and the second step says that my new ones will be 0. 65. How can I round 65 to the nearest tens? I have 2 steps. First step, stop at ones. My ones here is 5. 5 is strong number, so I have a power to push 6 to the number that comes after it. Okay, what is the number that comes after 6? It's 7, and my new ones will be 0. To round 62, my first step, stop at ones. My ones here is 2. 2 is a weak number, so I don't have power to push 6. So I will write 6 as it was. And what about my new ones? Second step says that my new ones will be 0. 56. How about rounding 56 to the nearest tens? First step, we stop at 6. 6 is a strong number, so it has power to push 5 to the number that comes after it. After 5 is 6. And second step, my new ones will be 0. 60. First step, stop at 0. Okay, 0 is weak number, so I don't have a power to push 6. So I will write it as it was. And my new ones will be 0. So when we round 60, we get also 60. Okay. Our lesson have 2 parts, rounding and estimation. We talk about rounding and we said that it has 2 steps. Stop at once and make the new ones 0. Now what about the second part of our lesson? Second part of our lesson is estimation. Okay, estimation, we use it to make the numbers more easy to add or subtract. So when I need to add or subtract numbers, I need to estimate it to make it more easy to use, to add or to subtract. Okay, for example, if I have 34 plus 57, I need to estimate these numbers to add. Okay, to make estimation, I have also 2 steps. My first step, rounding numbers. And I will round it by the way that we talk about it. And the second step, find your result. Okay. For example, if I have 34 plus 57. My first step is rounding the numbers. I have here two numbers to round, 34 and 57. Okay, first number, I will round it. How can I round it? I have two steps. The first step, stop at ones. My ones here is 4. Okay, 4 is weak or a strong number. 4 is weak number. So, I don't have a power to push 3. So I will write the tens as it was. And what about the ones? We said that ones always will be only 0. Okay, the second number is 57. I have to round it also. 57. We will stop at ones. Okay, the ones here is 7. 7 is a strong number. So I have power to push 5 to the next number that comes after it. After 5, 6. And the second step, write your new ones, 0. Then we add our numbers. Determine your place value. 3 is tens, 0 is ones. 6 is tens, 0 is ones. First step to add two numbers is ones plus ones. Okay, so 0 plus 0, it's 0. And the second step, tens plus tens. Tens plus tens, 3 plus 6. How can I add 3 to 6? I put the biggest number in my mind. The biggest number here is 6. And 3 numbers in my finger, count after 6, 7, 8, 9. So we write 9. So my result is 90, and I find it by the rounding the numbers. Then we finally add estimation to this problem. How about subtractions? Subtraction, I have here 59 minus 23. Okay, to estimate to find this problem. First step, rounding numbers. So I need to round 59 and 23. Rounding numbers by 2 steps. The first step, stop at ones. The ones here is 9. So 9 is a strong number. I have a power to push 5 to the numbers that comes after 5. After 5, 6. Second step, make your new ones 0. Okay, 23. Round 23. To round 23, we stop at ones. The ones here is 3. I don't have power to push 2, so I will write the tens as it was. And what about my ones? The ones will be 0. Okay, determine your place value. 6 is tens, 0 is ones. 2 is tens, 0 is ones. First step, to subtract two numbers. Ones minus ones. So 0 minus 0 equals 0. Second step, tens minus tens. 6 minus 10. Count after 2 to get 6. After 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 4 numbers. 4 fingers, sorry. So the result will be 40. Finally, we did our estimation, and we also arrived to the end of our lesson. Don't forget that we talk about 2 parts in our lesson today. They are rounding numbers and estimate to find the result in addition or subtraction. We said that to make rounding for the numbers, I have 2 steps. The first step, is stop at your ones and look if it was weak number or a strong number. If it was weak number, you will write the tens as it was. But if it was a strong numbers, so I have a power to push my tens and it will move to the number that comes after it. The second step to make your ones 0, and don't forget that you can't write any number except 0 in ones when we're rounding the numbers. The second part was to make estimation to find the result in addition or subtraction. It also have 2 steps. The first step was rounding numbers and the second find the result. Okay, I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.